because he was down in Springfield and probably just got off an airplane. Go ahead. You want to come up, Matt? All right, Matt. How's everybody doing today? You know, I was just pulling in from Springfield. I want to report back that you're all safe because we left. I don't know if anybody yet has thanked Craig and the leaders of the Palatine Tea Party organization for everything they've done, but let's give them a big round of applause. I want to take a second, too, to thank all of you for rising up in support of the America we all grew up in and we want to preserve for our children. Thank you. You know, in November of 2008, when Obama got swept into office, I was legitimately, genuinely scared. I paid attention to what he said he wanted to do. I believed him. But the beauty of it is, I was afraid that we were no longer the center-right country that we had always been on the founders' principles. I thought we had changed, and I didn't get the memo. But with groups like this, with ordinary Americans like us, standing up, we've pushed back against the leftward lurch in Washington, the federal takeover of everything that is American, and the Springfield corruption, cronyism, and waste. We're here to take back our country and our state. With foot soldiers like you, I know we can do it. Anybody feel like down in Springfield, you're getting value for your tax dollar? This thing mustn't work, because I didn't hear anybody say yes. You know, down in Springfield, the Democrats tell us all the time, we don't have a spending problem, we have a revenue problem. Does anybody believe that? Over the last 4 years, you, the taxpayer, have given the state of Illinois government more money than you've ever given it in the history of this state. How many knew that? You don't hear out of Springfield how much money you send us, do you? All they say is, despite spending $6 billion above inflation in the last 7 years, they say we don't have enough money and that you need to pay more. And on top of it, you gotta feel bad about not paying more. Ed Quinn has dialed down his tax increase. Who's impressed? It's only 33% hike now. Well, what do you get for the money? What do you get for the money? Let me tell you a couple of things you get. Long before Obamacare hit Washington, Rod Blagojevich, anybody remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Rod Blagojevich started trying to do state-run health care right here in Illinois by expanding Medicaid. He took Medicaid and made it the most expensive program in the state and broke a system and program for the poor and disabled by trying to make it on a backdoor effort to be state-run health care, bankrupting the state in the process. That program doubles in cost every 10 years now. And for the poor and disabled, it's not even a good program. In our Department of Corrections, where Governor Quinn decided we're going to save money by letting murderers out of jail early. We spend $1 million on cable for prisoners in the Department of Corrections. We spend $7.3 million paying them to do jobs. Folks, they're in jail! Last year they had an emergency sugar cookie order in the Department of Corrections. They needed those sugar cookies yesterday. That was $109,000 tax dollars. But you know what? You need to pay more. Can you even believe it? Anybody here lost a job and a family member lose a job or been afraid that they might lose their job in the last year? So Illinois, with everything we've got going for us, with all the advantages, Illinois is 48th in job growth in the last decade. 48th in job growth. We ought to dominate economically, and yet we're one of the last. So the logical conclusion then is to make it more expensive to do business in Illinois by raising taxes by another 33%. Does anybody think that's the right path? tax increase. I never will. I've never voted for one of these budget-busting budgets for the Democrats since I've been down here in '07, and I'm not gonna till they start spending within our means. I believe we need to cut taxes. I believe we need to spend within our means. I have put a balanced budget amendment together, and a real one that rebates taxes above inflation back to you, so we can start growing again, so people can actually prosper again. Private sector jobs, not the public sector stuff like 355 that almost made me miss them. Real growth from real Americans. Anybody here feel your government listens to you? No. Something about ramming health care through that makes people feel that way. How about Springfield? You think they listen in? I realized real quick in 2007 that that was the truth. So a couple of the first things I did my second year down there, term limits for legislative leaders. 40 years running this state with this record is way too damn long. We've got an opportunity to reform. Anybody see what happened this week in redistricting? Yes. The Democrats passed on a party line vote in the Senate the power for incumbents to draw the map so they can remain incumbents for another 10 years no matter what you think.
Typical.
I stood up on the floor of the Senate and called it what it was, an incumbent protection plan. It's wrong, it disrespects you. We have no ability to become the state we can be until we start to regain the trust and respect of the people of this state. You prove it by being willing to give up power. These guys won't do it. They want to draw the maps because you all are too stupid to know who to vote for Senate and Rep. For those of you who voted for me, I applaud you proving them wrong. This is our country, ladies and gentlemen, and this is our state. We don't have to take it. You've proven today, and for more events than this, that you won't. The opportunity is here in November. Send a message. You'll be heard. You won't be taxed to death. We won't bury your kids and grandkids in debt for generations. We'll take back the America that we've had. Thank you again very much for everything you've done.